Hello and welcome back. In Chapter 7, we're discussing expanding social horizons. We're talking about social emotional learning and development with middle childhood. In period, parenting becomes very important, right? Because parenting styles remain stable across different situations, right? They also influence children's behavior, the way they respond to people, how they respond to rules and processes and whatnot, and how they actually play a role with authority figures and whatnot. So parenting styles become a huge piece of development for child in this period. So there are four prototypical parenting styles. The first is authoritative parenting, right? Authoritarian parenting, parents lay down rules and expect them to be followed without any discussion. Authoritative parenting is parents explain rules and they encourage discussion. Permissive parenting is when parents generally accept their child's behavior and punish infrequently. An uninvolved parent, right? The parents they do little to nothing and provide no, they don't provide for the basic needs of the child. Okay, so which style do parents fare best with? Right, so let's talk about that. Authoritative parenting is usually best, tends to result in higher grades, self-esteem, and friendliness. Authoritarian parenting produces children who generally lack self-esteem and who are overly aggressive. Permissive parenting, right? Can also have children who are often in trouble or who are allowed don't know how to actually handle boundaries, right? And uninvolved parents tend to be not very efficient or whatnot because children do poorly in school and struggle with authoritative figures or whatnot and struggle with being in structured environments. So parenting styles do differ by culture, right? European Americans usually value the authoritative parenting style. Parents in China usually lean towards an authoritarian style. Social economic status and income have an influence or role in parenting style. Parents of low economic status are usually authoritarian. Parents with higher education um, or have higher economic status tend to have a more authoritative style. Specific parental behaviors influence children, like direct instruction, telling children what to do and when and why, right? These benefits children's social skills more than making demands. Modeling is very important. Parent behavior is often imitated. Reinforcement, when you want to increase certain behaviors, right? It increases the likelihood for a response to be followed. Negative reinforcement trap. Um, Again, it can take away from some things that the kid can be doing or whatnot to reinforce behavior or whatnot. It can be have a positive trend or a negative trend, but you're trying to reinforce the behavior. Punishment is best applied right after the undesired behavior. It's accompanied by explanation. It comes from someone whom the child has in warm relationships, right? Some of the drawbacks or undesired behavior won't disappear unless new behaviors are learned to deal with the problem. And timeout, right, requires the kid who's behaved to actually be quiet or to actually be in an unstimulating environment or whatnot and cause them to be away from where they desire to be from or whatnot. Parental conflict affects children's development. Children become frightened, feel families unstable. Parents often carry over the conflict into parent-child relationships. Parents too tired from fighting with each other, um, and they spend less time with their parenting, right? Children respond effectively when parents handle situations constructively. So parents need to work together as a team to parent effectively, right? Competition, clashing over parenting styles can lead to children being withdrawn. Work-related stress can also lead to less effective parenting, right? Children become anxious when they see the parents are detached or uninterested in the family, right? And stressed parents become very intolerant and less accepting. Children can affect their parents' behavior towards them. A child's temperament and age affects how much control a parent needs to show. Some families adapt healthy routines. Others develop patterns of arguments and results in defiant children, right? Having siblings affect firstborns by taking away some of the parents' attention. Older siblings play with the younger siblings, comfort them, and teach them, right? Popularity and school success from firstborn tends to happen from later borns and family as well. And some siblings develop a close relationship, right? And others argue and don't get along too well, and that also plays a role in development. Siblings tend to get along best when they are the same sex. Neither is too emotional. The youngest is in adolescence, and parents do not play favorites. Parents are often more affectionate and more punitive towards their firstborn children, right? They set more realistic expectations for later borns. Firstborns tend to have higher intelligence. Test scores are more likely to go to college. Firstborns are more likely to comply with the parents' requests, and laterborns tend to be more popular with their peers and be more innovative. Are children more selfish than those of their siblings? Right, that's a question that again, there's probably there can be some research that says that there are, but nothing's actually concrete or definitive. So children of divorced parents are often fared negatively than those who from intact families. They're more likely to have marital conflict and become divorced themselves. Divorce is harder on child when it occurs in childhood or adolescence, and when the child is emotionally and interprets the events negatively. Joint custody is when both parents retain legal custody of the children, right? Children benefit when the parents actively get along. If one parent is awarded custody, children usually benefit more if they are in the custody of the same sex parent. Challenges that traditional decision of awarding the mother custody. Why might girls be better off with their mothers and boys be better off with their fathers? That's a question that's often asked. Parents should talk to their children to help them adjust to the divorce. Emphasize that both parents still love them. Parents should not compete with each other or talk badly about each other in front of their children, right? Again, keeping the conflict low and making the children to feel as if that there's some unison or there's some still going to be some parenting, co-parenting together going to happen. More than two-thirds of divorced men and women remarry. Blended family or a family consisting of biological parents, step parents, and children. Boys fare with the stepfather present than girls do. Adolescents tend to argue more with the step parents, right? Both children and adults need to be involved in the blended family to set realistic expectations. Child maltreatment consists of physical abuse, sexual abuse, neglect, or psychological abuse. The most common form of maltreatment is neglect, right? It can result in lasting physical damages, disrupted social emotional development, aggressive behaviors, and poor academic performance. Child maltreatment, part two. So several factors make child maltreatment more likely to occur. Some cultures condone physical punishment. Parents may lack effective skills, like living in poverty can cause parents to use physical punishment over reasoning with their children. Social isolation puts children at risk, and parents may have been abused as children themselves. A child's behavior may be more subversive. The sick or crying children are more at risk when it comes to child maltreatment.